Have you ever stared at your phone, waiting for a message that never comes? Have you ever wondered, why does she act so close one day, then far the next? 1 minute, she laughs at your jokes. She calls you cute. She texts you good night. And you think, yes, maybe this is something. But then, silence. No reply, no call, no warmth. Just a cold wall. And you're left wondering, what happened? Your heart beats faster. You check your phone again and again. You tell yourself, maybe she's just busy. Maybe she'll come around. But let me tell you something honest. Something no one told us growing up. You're not supposed to be stuck in maybe. You're not supposed to live in confusion. And you are not supposed to feel like a backup plan. You are not a second choice. You are not some just-in-case guy. You are not a quiet little option that waits in the shadows, hoping to be seen. That's not who you are. But the world keeps telling men to try harder. Show her how much you care. Be the nice guy. Be patient. So we keep giving and giving and giving, and she keeps giving nothing back. This isn't about anger. This is about truth. Because the truth is, when you chase unclear love, you lose clear peace. When you keep waiting for her to finally choose you, you slowly stop choosing yourself. That's the biggest loss of all. Real strength doesn't come from trying harder. It comes from letting go of what hurts your spirit. Listen carefully. When you stop chasing someone who's unsure, when you stop hoping for attention that comes and goes, when you stop explaining yourself and begging to be seen, you rise. You begin to feel something different. Not pain, not fear, but peace. Strong, calm, deep peace. Because guess what? When you stop playing the maybe game, you stop being confused. You stop being hurt. And you stop being controlled. You take your power back. The trap of proving yourself and how it breaks you inside. Have you ever felt like you needed to show her you're good enough? Like, maybe if you just do more, she'll finally pick you. Maybe if you text first. Maybe if you plan the date. Maybe if you compliment her again. Maybe. But here's the hard truth. Trying to prove your worth only makes you feel more unworthy. Let that sink in. Every time you try to win her over by doing more, you are secretly telling yourself that you're not enough already. And that hurts. It's like running on a treadmill that never stops. You sweat, you run, you try your best. But no matter how fast you go, the finish line keeps moving. Why? Because she's not even watching the race. She's not standing at the finish line. She's not clapping for you. She's just somewhere else, acting like your effort doesn't matter. And deep inside, you start asking, what's wrong with me? But listen closely. There's nothing wrong with you. What's wrong is the game. The game where men are told to chase love like it's a prize. Like we need to earn someone's heart by begging or bending or proving ourselves. No, brother. You are the prize. Not because you say so out loud. Not because you flex or show off. But because you know your worth. Because your value doesn't come from someone else picking you. It comes from you picking yourself. When you stop trying to prove yourself, when you stop giving your power away just to be noticed, something powerful happens. You grow quiet, still, strong. You stop chasing and you start attracting. That's not a trick. That's not a game. That's real energy. That's aura. It's what happens when a man no longer begs to be chosen. He becomes the one others want to chase. The power of quiet distance. Why saying less pulls her closer. What if saying nothing says everything? You don't always need to speak. You don't always need to explain. You don't always need to chase or check in. Sometimes your silence is louder than words. Now let's talk about something most guys miss. When she gets distant, confusing, or cold, most men panic. They feel this fear in their chest. What if she's slipping away? What if I lose her if I don't say something? So they rush in. They explain. They ask, did I do something wrong? They send long texts, hoping she'll reply. But guess what? The more noise you make, the less she hears you. Because it's not the noise that pulls her in. It's the mystery. It's the space. It's the calm. You see, when you stay quiet, cool, and still, you make her feel something different. She starts to wonder, why isn't he chasing me like other guys? Why isn't he begging for my attention? Did I lose him? Or is he just that calm? And that is when curiosity begins. That's when the pull starts. Because women don't chase words. They chase energy. And the man who doesn't react to every little shift, the man who can stay still while others run wild, he becomes rare. He becomes powerful. He becomes unforgettable. So don't rush to explain yourself. Don't always try to fix things with more words. Let your silence do the talking. Let your calmness be your answer. Because sometimes the strongest move is not moving at all. Stop being the plan B. You're the whole story. Have you ever felt like you were just waiting for her to choose you, waiting for her to text back, waiting to see if you mattered today? It's like standing on the bench, hoping the coach puts you in the game. But deep down, you're not even sure if you're part of the team. Let me tell you something powerful and maybe a little hard to hear. If a woman can't clearly see your worth, if she treats you like an option, if she only calls you when she's bored, lonely, or unsure, then you're not in a relationship. You're in a guessing game. And games like that, they leave you tired, confused, and broken. But here's the truth most men don't hear. You were never made to be someone's maybe. You're not a backup plan. You're not her safe choice when the fun ones disappear. You're the main story. Not a side note. But here's where it gets deep. She'll keep you around if you let her. Not because she loves you, but because she loves the attention you give, the comfort, the backup, the emotional safety net. And if you don't stand up and walk away from that role, you'll stay stuck in it forever. That's why detachment isn't about being cold. It's about being clear. You say with your actions, I'm not here to be kept on a shelf. I'm not here to prove my worth every day. I'm here to lead a real life, with or without your approval. And when you do that, everything changes. Because a man who walks away from the maybe game is the man who becomes unforgettable. If she's unsure about you, be sure about yourself. What if I told you the more confused she is, the more clear you need to be? See, a lot of guys start bending, twisting, and chasing when a girl seems unsure. They ask, what can I do to change her mind? Did I say something wrong? Should I try harder? But here's the truth that hits like thunder. When she's unsure about you, that's when you need to be sure about you. If she doesn't know what she wants, you must. If she's hot today and cold tomorrow, stay calm. Stay grounded. Because chasing her mood is like chasing the wind. You'll run forever and still end up nowhere. Women don't fall for men who beg to be chosen. They fall for men who have already chosen themselves. Let's break it down. If she's giving you mixed signals, if she keeps you guessing, if she says things like maybe, not now, or I'm not sure, she's not building something real. She's stalling. And your job is not to wait for clarity. Your job is to bring it. And how do you do that? You focus on you. You work on your goals. You become harder to reach, not because you're playing games, but because your time matters. You stop texting when she stops respecting. You stop hoping when she starts hesitating. And soon something crazy happens. She starts to notice. She feels the gap. She wonders why you're not chasing anymore. And that's when she feels the loss. That's the power of being sure about yourself. Stop explaining yourself. Just watch her actions. Have you ever sent a long message? Trying to explain how much you care? Trying to tell her what you meant? Hoping she would just finally understand? And yet, silence. Or worse, one cold reply. Okay. Let me tell you a secret that most men never learn. The more you explain, the more power you give away. When a girl is unsure about you, when she gives you half love, half effort, half time, you don't need to talk more. You need to observe more. You don't win her heart by over-talking. You win your own peace by learning how to watch quietly. Her words can lie. Her excuses might sound sweet, but her actions will always tell the truth. Does she reach out first? Does she respect your time? Does she show up with real effort? If not, then stop chasing shadows. You don't need to ask her, do you like me? Where do I stand? Why are you acting different? Because the answers are already there, written in what she does, not what she says. And when you watch, instead of explain, something powerful happens. You don't become cold. You become calm. You don't become rude. You become wise. You don't try harder. You choose better. And women, they feel this change. They feel the shift. You stop being the boy who waits. and become the man who walks. Scarcity makes her chase, but only when it's real. Here's something wild. Have you ever noticed how people want something more when they feel they might lose it? Think about it. When your phone is always in your hand, you don't really miss it. But the moment it's gone for an hour, you start looking for it, checking your pockets, thinking, where did it go? The same thing happens in relationships. If you're always there, always texting, always waiting, you become too easy to reach, too predictable, too safe. She knows you'll be there, no matter what. But when you disappear, not to play games, but because you're busy, focused, living your real life, she starts to wonder, why hasn't he texted? What is he doing? Who's he with? This isn't about acting. It's not fake. It's natural scarcity. You become rare, not because you're trying to, but because you've got a life. And that life, it's full, it's strong. It's not waiting for her to decide. That's what makes you powerful. Scarcity isn't being rude. It's showing that you value your time. It tells her, I'm not just something you pick up and put down whenever you want. You're not a maybe. You're not a backup. You're a rare man with purpose. And once she feels your absence, that's when she starts to notice your presence. Her confusion grows when your calm grows stronger. Let me tell you something strange. The quieter you become, the louder she hears you. Sounds odd, right? But listen closely. When a woman gives mixed signals, hot one day, cold the next, most guys panic. They ask questions. They chase for answers. They get nervous, upset, and emotional. But a Stoic man? He doesn't react. He observes. He doesn't need to scream to be heard. His calm is louder than words. While she's trying to test your emotions, you stay steady. While she acts distant, you remain peaceful. And that's when the power shifts. She begins to wonder, why isn't he upset? Why isn't he chasing? Why does he seem so sure of himself? Because you are. You're not afraid of losing her. You've already chosen yourself. You don't need her to act perfect. You just watch and decide if it fits your life. You don't explain yourself. You don't beg. You don't play the maybe game. You become ice when she's fire. And guess what? That calm ice, it burns her thoughts. She starts to crave your warmth, but only after she feels your chill. And if you're always there, she'll never chase you. Here's a secret that no one tells you. If you're always around, she'll never feel the need to come closer. Let that sink in. Most guys think, if I just stay available, if I keep showing her I care, she'll finally choose me. But guess what happens? She doesn't chase. She waits. She gets comfortable. She knows you're always there. And when someone's always there, they start to feel easy to ignore. You've made yourself too safe. And she's made you an option. That's what the maybe game really is. She keeps you close enough so you don't leave, but far enough so she doesn't have to choose you. And the truth is, she won't change this game unless you do. So what should a Stoic man do? He stops playing. He stops waiting. He disappears without a sound. Not to hurt her, not to play tricks, but because his time matters. His energy is precious. When you walk away from confusion, guess what? The whole game falls apart. Suddenly, you're not the easy one anymore. You're the one she has to reach for. And that shift, that's when the chasing begins, from her side. So now I'll ask you something powerful. Do you want to know what happens when you never look back? Then let's move to the final stage. The day you choose you, everything changes. Have you ever felt it? That quiet moment when you finally stop waiting. You stop checking your phone. You stop wondering what she's thinking, and instead, you choose yourself. That moment is powerful. It's the moment when you finally wake up. Not angry, not cold, but calm and strong. You start living again. You do the things you love. You build the life you dreamed of. You stop being the background in someone else's story and become the main character in your own. And guess what? That's when everything changes. People feel your energy. They notice the way you walk. They hear it in your voice. They see that you're no longer chasing, because now you're leading. And suddenly, the ones who ignored you start paying attention. The ones who played games get quiet. The ones who thought you'd never leave realize they were wrong. Why? Because a man who chooses himself can never be a maybe again. He becomes the yes in his own life. He becomes rare. So now, you don't wait to be chosen. You don't ask for labels. You don't explain your worth. You live it. You show it. You own it. That's what Stoic power is. It's quiet. It's calm. But it's unshakable. So here's the real truth, brother. You were never a backup. You just needed to stop standing in the wrong place. And now you lead. Now you win.